Hey everybody. I haven't seen or heard of this discussed before. So while I actually have this beautiful old school chopper here in my possession, I wanted to bring to everybody's attention why this style came about. Now, in 1971, I was 9 years old. So I was not able to participate. It's not like my dad and his friends had bikes. So how did I find out about what I'm going to discuss with you? Back in the mid 80s, right about 86, late 85, I bought an Evo 84, which I bobbed out, altered quite a bit. Put a twin belt drive, got rid of the electric start, put a FLT front end on it, put some FLH trees, which really brought in the front end. I could actually go circles inside alleys. It was crazy. I could hop curbs. It was a wonderful bike. And I was riding with this buddy of mine, Marv Jantz. Now Marv was quite a bit older than me, and he built a bike. I wholesaled him parts. He did a lot of cool welding work. Great, like, oh my God, skilled welder. And so we worked back and forth, and I helped him build this bike. I mean, he did all the work. I wholesaled him all the parts at my cost. And he built a shovelhead skinny bike, which I'd never seen anything like that before. I'd seen the chassis, but I'd never seen an actual bike. I'm like, okay, so explain to me, Marv. Okay, you got to understand, this is about 86. I started my business in 81, so I was only about 5 years into this. I was still learning quite a bit. I was still young. I was in my early 20s. Explain to me why you did this bike. What's going on here? He says, well, that's the way we rode them. It's like, what do you mean? Why did you ride them that way? He says, well, in 69, the cops were so down on us, a stock bike had illegal handlebars. I'm like, what do you mean illegal handlebars? He says, yeah, if you had hand grips above your risers, your stock risers, they ticket you. I said, you kidding me? He says, no. He says, that's how hard it was. They were down on the bikers that much. He says, wow. That's why you have these extended forks with these pullback bars, putting your bars in a nice comfortable position as if you had ape hangers. Little mini apes. Look where I'm at. Instead of down here. This is why this style came into being, because the cops, the clubs were so fucking ape shit, stealing so many fucking bikes, running guns and drugs and bitches and everything else they make money on illegally. I mean, Terry the Tramp became a millionaire running acid when acid was $1 a hit, and he became a millionaire? Okay. They were after us big fucking time. So even when I started riding in the 80s, I was heavily involved in the MMA. We had a meeting with the LAPD, and the sergeant come down and talk to us. He says, you guys think you're bad? We got the biggest gang around, and we're going to go after you, and blah, blah, blah. And we're like, hey, we ain't no biker gang, dude. We're MMA. We just want biker rights, and we don't want a helmet law. We want to not be harassed. We're not the fucking Hells Angels here. They made no distinction. If you're on a bike, you're a red and white, or you're a Mongol, or a Vago, or whatever the club was in your area, and they went after all of us, big time. But this is why, if you see the choppers, the real choppers from the day, most of them have the bars right here. So you wouldn't get ticketed by the cops. You could ride your bike and not get pulled over for too high handlebars. Now, let me explain what riding in the early 80s was like. If I was on a bike, or if I had a bike in the back of the truck or on the trailer, I got pulled over. And if I got pulled over, I got a ticket. I got so many fucking tickets. I had suspended driver's license tickets. Oh, fuck. I got so many tickets when my little federal case came up. Well, my little federal case was only 2 years. I got an extra 3 years because I had too many fucking tickets. Basically what it boiled down to. That's how bad they were after us. It was crazy. One time, I was on my way to Flathead Ferns. Maybe you boys know Old Fern. I met him late 81. I've known him forever. I was just a little kid, 19 years old. And I had a panhead chopper in the spring of 82. And I just tuned it up, put some new plugs, just got some new plugs and everything from Fern. And I could not figure out why I was firing on one cylinder and it was backfiring. So I rode it backfiring on one cylinder over to the shop. I got pulled over by 4 cops. They thought for sure I had guns. Oh man, shit all apart, seat off. What's this, what's that? Finally made it to Fern's and it was bad spark plugs. Brand new Champion bad spark plugs. I was a little upset. But anyways, I think it's important for all you young guys to understand why these bars are like that. You see the earlier bobbers with the ape hangers and all that. Well, by the late 60s, you couldn't ride like that, at least in California. I can't say about other states. But when you see the choppers like this is why. Now again, it's not because I was there and I experienced it, but it was told to me by the boys who were there and experienced it. This is why this bike is like this. This is exactly why. That's why this style happened. Until next time, guys. We'll see you.